Hello everyone and welcome to Innoventsoft channel. Today we'll be discussing about the new trends in B2B marketing. We'll find out how marketing is done differently today, especially in software industry, to ensure that the messaging is cutting across the noise and it resonates with the target audience. To gain the insights about B2B marketing, we have Rahul Pandey, who is currently working as a product marketing manager at Digitate. For those of you do not know about Digitate, it's a AI venture from Tata Consultancy Services, and it is famous for scaling from zero to $100 million in less than 5 years. Now, to give you a little bit brief about Rahul, Rahul has worked more than 4 years as an IT analyst, and again near about 5+ years as a product marketing manager. As a foundational product marketing manager, Rahul has successfully taken the software from the warehouse and launched in the North American markets successfully, executing the GTM strategy and also handling the content strategy for the brand. Hello, Rahul, and welcome to our channel.
Hey, hi Debasree, how are you?
Good.
So Debasree, I mean, it's been very long since we met, and if I remember correctly, it's been 5 years. I mean, since we worked in Digitate, and yeah, it was a good experience working with you, buddy. And again, congratulations for your startup, Innoventsoft. Yeah. I mean, I'm very excited for this meeting, Debasree. I mean, especially for two reasons, I would say. Number one, I have been seeing a trend in the market nowadays. The trend is during the last 5 years, there are more than 2,000 startups that have been opened in India only. And the specific things about these startups are they want to scale very quickly. And to that, they are mostly, they are appreciating the work of the product marketing managers. When you go in LinkedIn and the social media platforms, you'll see there is a sudden hiring, a zoom in the hiring for the product marketing managers for the startup. So yeah, that's an interesting trend. And the other thing is I have been receiving few queries from the people too. Graduates and the postgraduates, they are quite interesting to know that, so how can I make a career in product marketing, and how it's working, how the market for the product marketing managers. So yeah, I would just like to answer those queries, and it's a pretty exciting session with you. It's going to be, yeah. Thank you.
Right. So we'll quickly start with the impact of product marketing on the startup, I think, and we'll also see the trends. It is quite interesting to watch how certain companies who are doing product marketing well are quite successful, even though in every point in the business cycle. Now, the business cycle has the peaks and troughs. Sometimes, the whole the ecosystem performs very well. Sometimes it doesn't, especially during recession times, like right now. In this situation, like in recession times or the depression times, organizations must do product marketing well to be able to survive and sustain. So Rahul, can you please let us know what is the impact a product marketing can bring to the table or bring to an organization, especially for the startups in these scenarios?
Right. Yeah. So Debasree, that's an interesting question, and you rightly mentioned that we are during this unprecedented time. I mean, we have been seeing the recessions, we have been seeing the war. The market is behaving very, very, very volatile. Previously, if you consider the marketing as a whole unit and the marketing as a landscape, the big organizations, they were quite skeptical about how the marketing functions and the approach towards the marketing and how the marketing can add the value to their organization. But now what I'm seeing the pattern, the big organizations as well as the startups, they are just giving a great value to the marketing. They know that marketing will contribute to their ROI. So marketing, if you see, it's a ROI based now, and they consider marketing as a revenue contributor. So coming to your question, what are the top impacts that product marketing can produce to the organizations? Right. So as per my experience, the three impacts which I noticed, that's number one, the product marketers, they increase the opportunities for your organization. Now how? They brand your organization and then they provide a right marketing strategy for your organization. So suppose if your organization, let's say if you have organization Innoventsoft. So when you go to the market, the product marketeers will help in branding in such a way that people will recognize your organization and they will know, okay, I have gone through this content, I've gone through these policies and everything. Okay, I know there is an organization in Innoventsoft. So people are aware of your organization, and that increases your opportunities. Number second, as I mentioned earlier as well, product marketeers help in contributing to the revenue and increasing the sales. So they create, starting from launching the product with the right strategy into the market, and then creating the collaterals, helping the sales with the battle cards, the right messaging, positioning, and then when you go towards creating the content, this pipeline helps you in generating a leads for you, and again increasing your revenue. So that's the second thing. The third important impact. See, the organizations always believe, and I think they should believe in customer first approach. So what product marketing does is, product marketing helps in increasing your customer retention. How? They provide the valuable feedback from the customers to your product team. They are the bridge. And then when the feedback is again carried to the product team, they create the product in such a manner that again it is more feasible to your customer, and the cycle goes on. So again, they act as a bridge to work with your customer and the teams, the technical teams, and that's how these are the three strong impacts that product marketing teams can have on the startups.
Nice. So I think you have rightly mentioned earlier that the product marketing or marketing as a function has become more ROI focused right now, and product marketing, one of the sub-department of marketing, can now help with the right branding strategy, can contribute to the sales, and also help understanding the customer usage or customer patterns better. Wonderful, good to know that. Rahul, so can you please describe what are the various roles and responsibilities a product marketer would have in today's generation, or also if you can share some of the recent trends that according to you are quite important and has a greater impact on product marketing.
Right. So that reminds me of the trends that I go in the market, Debasree. So what I've been witnessing is there is a change in the paradigm of marketing. If you see, there are two kinds of marketeers in the current scenario. If you see, the one, they are the as you would have termed the analogy of the modern marketeers. That's the first set of the people that we claim to know. But again, there are the old marketeers, the traditional marketeers. They were more closer to the product. They knew the product very well, I would say. And then they were more closer to designing the strategy of the product, the go-to-market strategy, and how to bring it closer to the customer. I'd say they were very dominating in their field. That's the first aspect. They were very strong. Now comes the new age marketeers, the modern marketeers we are talking about. So how the roles and responsibilities evolved, actually, the trends. See, the world today is full of internet and the online. It's everything online. So there has been the evolution of data. And when we see the evolution of data, right, so then comes the possibilities of insights and all the things that we talk about, right, the different things. Now, so when we talk about in the world, we have to be Leonardo da Vinci. We have to bring the right brain and the left brain together. So we have to have the hybrid marketeers that we talk about. And these hybrid marketeers, what I am talking, I see three types of trends. I see these capabilities should be in the hybrid marketeers. Number one, they should have a product-led strategy. That's the first traditional marketeers they were expert in. So you should be closer to the product. You should understand the domain. You should have the nice positioning, messaging, and all the collaterals. These will be on your tips. You will be the right person, right? Number second, you have to have a focus on creating the right content for your customer. With the right content, I'm saying with the right strategy. The right strategy means you should know how your customer behaves on your website. Your website is a talking point. You have to know how the customer behaves online, how the customer goes on purchasing your product and everything. So how to create a content for that, for different stages. And then the third point is what we talked about is data. So monitoring, analyzing, and then recreating your marketing strategy with that data, because you have to do something with that data.
That is
Data
constantly
shouldn't be,
optimizing.
yes, constant optimization. Yeah, so pretty much these things. I think the optimization technique I saw in your Innoventsoft website as well. I mean, that's the thing that I'm talking about. So yeah, these three things we have to bring together, and that's the third thing, trend I'm talking about. And furthermore, there are more trends which I see, like the video marketing we are talking about. People are creating more of a video content. You would have also seen the YouTubes and everything. The YouTube is a main primary channel for the content. I mean, the learning and everything. So
Right.
yeah, if you see, even the e-learning platforms are rising. So that's again the video content that people would like to have a
Right.
look on. That's the thing. And then again, pretty much getting a contents in the form of ebooks, white papers, and all these things. So that's a a different set. So yeah, these trends are coming up in the market, and I see the hybrid market here is more inclined towards these trends. Right.
All right. Right. And how do you think the new trends are impacting the roles of product marketing managers?
Okay. So right. I see a change. There's a change. You rightly mentioned there's a change in the role of the product marketing managers, and the expectations of the marketing teams or the corporate marketings have changed from the product marketing managers. Because see, as we talked previously, the time is very unprecedented, and there is a fluctuation in the market. It's a volatility. It's a war. It's a pandemic. Everything is going on. So, number one, the organizations are very cautious in investing towards the marketing and every of the stages. And then when they invest, they need to have some ROI. So they are looking for the ROI. So what I feel, product marketers are being looked upon as a major ROI contributor. By this, what I mean is, they are being looked upon to generate marketing qualified leads. Those leads which our sales team or the pre-sales team can go on, nurture them, and then they can convert them for the revenue. So yeah, that's the major responsibilities that I see from the product marketeers. That are different from the traditional ones. Yeah.
Right. 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 I mean, it's nice creating leads by creating content for customer lifecycle journey. It's really great. Um, one thing I was just trying to understand. Um, can you because earlier you said that there are three important trends, that is product-led strategy, and to increase focus and then marketing managers are increasingly focusing on customer journey, and creating content for them, and finally monitoring the performance of the content and optimizing their strategies, and all of these to generate leads. So can you please a little bit elaborate more on how they are, that lead generation happens?
Right. Right. Um, Yeah, so we did some things in Digitate as well in our organization, and yeah, that reminds me of my experience how we proceeded it. So see, how the people should start with is the basic and the most necessary thing to start with is to have a right content strategy.
Right.
In what manner you should have a right content strategy for your organization? You have to identify your customer, you have to identify your domain, and then you have to have a knowledge of your customer behavior. Right, these things are primary for you. And I mean, we had a discussion regarding the sales cycle as well. You deferred it as IDA, and yeah, that's the thing we are talking about. It's awareness, interest, desire, action. So when you see these stages, it's a pyramid, and when you see, you have to have every content for each of the layers of these pyramid. And now, when I say the content, it has to be the quality content in terms of the rich material for your customer. That's the first part. And again, what's the purpose of this content if it's not visible to your customer? So you have to make this content visible to your customer. And by this, I mean, you have to have this content on the top pages of your Google, the top pages of all the search engines, and you have to promote it very, very, very cleverly, I would say, with a very, very right strategy. You have to have a focus strategy. Now, once you have the right content strategy, once you have the right promotion, now you have to go with the right placement of your ads and the campaigns. I'm talking about the free campaigns. See,
Right.
now you have to go on with the webinars, you have to go on with the gated collaterals, and then you have to promote it very effectively. So if you see, there are 5 P's of marketing, and I'm talking about the first P, that's a promotion. So yeah, that plays an important role over here. So with the right promotion, when people go on with your content, when people go on with the right webinar and your forums, they have a right interaction with you. So in this manner, you have a continuous communication with your customer, and then they become a right lead for you. Those are the marketing qualified leads, right? And then the onus is on your sales team to convert them the leads in the revenue. So that's the whole cycle looks about. And yeah, I mean, Innoventsoft, I know the Innoventsoft is one of the service providers that helps in building these cycles. Yeah.
So Rahul, may I ask, when you say promotions, is it on in a kind of paid or unpaid? Because you said Google search engine, so I just wanted to kind of have the clarifications for our viewers, which is the one you're focusing on.
See, Debasree, I have run the campaigns during this product marketing experience that I have gained. One thing I have noticed is people on internet, the B2B buyers, their perception towards the paid ads has changed dramatically. They have become more biased towards the ads, and I would say your conversion rates from the paid ads is very low. I'm not saying that they won't work for you, but again, you have to have the right content. That's what I'm talking about. That's the first thing. And then only you have to have the focused paid ads. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
While you go on the free, if you go on the free ads, you don't have to lose anything, buddy. You have everything. You go on promoting it on the channels, and then, I mean, you will have a good ROI. You have the zero investment over there, and then you will have the good returns. So that's the difference I'm talking about.
Right. So yeah, so that's a fair point. First you invest in content and then promotions, and obviously after that you can promote on certain items, good content or the high performing content on ads to have an effective returns, efficient way of promoting and effective returns. That makes sense, absolutely. So what is even more accelerating is that at Innoventsoft we call the whole process that we have just discussed about creating the content and promoting it across multiple channels without using unpaid mediums. We call it as organic marketing.
Right.
Organic marketing.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
So organic marketing has been there for quite a while, but currently it's picking up, and it's a very new and innovative way to increase the website visitors and leads from your website by creating impactful, purposeful, and trustworthy content for your target audience. So, and it's picking up for all the B2B sector. So that's really interesting. Now, for our audience, whosoever who's watching this video online, we'll put a link to organic marketing somewhere up here. We'll upload that so that you can check out on more about organic marketing. Or there's a 1-hour course that you can some of our audience who are watching this offline in different channels like YouTube. We'll provide all the materials and the links for further disposal. All right. So now, Rahul, there are certain instances when people think to choose between the two major career options in an organization after they are doing their post-graduation in business administration. And the two career options are product management and product marketing management. But since product management was there for quite a long time, at least for last 10 years, it was trending. But currently, the product marketing management has picked up. So since there are a lot of articles, courses, and online forums on product management, and people inclined towards to become a product manager. Unfortunately, there are not so many articles which will provide an individual about which career options to choose, and will product marketing manager be a suitable role for them. So which do you think is a better options, Rahul? A product manager or product marketing manager? I'm sure you would have evaluated some of the options earlier in your career.
Right. Yeah, so Debasree, your question reminded me of my old days when I was giving interviews for one of the organization for product marketing manager. And I was asked this question over there: what is the difference between the product management and the product marketing? And again, I have been receiving this same question from the MBA grads as well on my LinkedIn. That okay, so what is the difference between product management and product marketing, and which career path I should choose? Yeah. So see, there's a simple way of doing the business. You create the product first, and then you sell into the market with right marketing techniques. That's a simple way. Now, um, there is a similarity between the product management and the product marketing in some sense, because the product management creates the product marketing creates a marketing strategy and how to create it. There's a create a content. There's a creation, some point of creation that they both do. And now they both worked with the cross-functional teams. They both work with other teams, and then they interact, and the product management interacts with the technical side first, and then interact with the sales and the customers. And the product marketing interacts with the technical team, and they interact with the sales, and then interact with the customers as well. But the degree of interactiveness, that varies. Now, again, the thing is, there is, as I mentioned, the degree of the interactiveness that happens, that varies. But again, there is some difference as well. What I see is, number one, the product management, they are more closer to the technical teams. They have to know the technical know-hows. They have to know about the product. They have to know which of the features they have to deliver to the customer. They work in the agile environment, and then what they do, they have the responsibility of delivering the right set of product to the customer. That is the product management. Now, when we are talking about the product marketing side, product marketeers are the voice of the market. They are the voice of the customer. Their sole responsibility is to act as a bridge between the market and the technical teams, the customer and the technical teams I'm talking about. Yeah. So they have the most of the interactions with the customer, the market, and the sales team. And again, they know some things about the domain. They are in constant touch with the technical teams to know the basic functionalities and the basics of the product. So that's a major difference I'm talking about. And see, once this is sorted, I see the B2B sales force, if you consider, they both hang in a balance. I would say the product management and the product marketing. They both are responsible to bring the quality product and again increasing the sales and revenue for the organization. Right. So that's the thing I'm talking about. And so in my personal opinion, if you say both are the revenue contributors, both have the sole responsibility. And frankly, if you say which is the right career path, it depends on the approach and their mindset and the experience of the individual. I would say what he is willing to do. So his expertise will take him to the right path. I would say both the options are correct for me. The product management and the product marketing strategies. It's your niche skills that you want to leverage.
Right. And depends on an individual whether he wants to go into build side of things or sell side of things. Right. And do you think any background is necessary for building a career in product marketing management?
Right. So there are some things that are required. You don't need to be a rocket. Product marketing is not a rocket science. I would say that you need to have a focus. Like our traditional Rishi Munis, they do a lot of tapasya, and you have a 10 years or 20 years dedicated experience. But again, the major requisites are you have to have an approach towards understanding the market and your customer. Right. You have to understand. That's the approach you should have. You have to have an analytical mindset, and then there is something of understanding the domain as well. Because see, we are talking about the B2B, and B2B is full of technical things. So it's not like you have to be completely away from the technicalities. No, you should have a basic understanding of your product. So once you have these weapons in your in your bag, you would be the best product marketer for your organization. And what we're talking about is the 5 P's of the marketing. That's every other product marketer has to follow: price, place, promotion, product, and then people. That's the fifth aspect I'm talking about.
Right.
So there is a learning curve that goes on. It's a 1 or 2 months period that goes on, and then you are the best suited product marketer. And then you are a complete product marketer at that time. But again, one thing, isn't it true for all the other roles that we were talking about previously?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So see, you would have experienced that there is a learning curve for other things as well, because so that's what I think. It's a similar kind of approach.
Right. No, fantastic. The learning curve is true for everything and anything, even for driving a car to market a product. I think the learning curve someone has to go through.
Right.
That's important. All right. So first of all, thanks, Rahul. We enjoyed some of your insights about the current product marketing management roles and responsibilities, and how a product marketing manager can contribute towards making a startup successful by building certain content and contributing towards making healthy pipeline for sales, which is very, very essential for a company to sustain and survive, not only in in a peak period business cycle, but also a situation like this during a recession. Now, since we are coming closing to the end of the session, I just wanted to kind of see if there are certain questions from the audience, and after that we can wrap up the session. Okay, let me see if there are certain questions. All right, so there is one question. How can you generate high quality leads, especially when, I think it's ads, when ads are not working properly? Let me kind of repeat the question.
Okay.
So I think Amit is asking, how can you generate high quality leads, especially when ads are not working properly? I think it's a problem for all the B2B organizations today. Rahul, if you can answer that.
Right. I mean, it's a general problem that we witness in the organizations that I think Amit is talking about the paid ads, right?
Paid ads. Yes. I think it's online ads, social media ads, etc.
Okay, got it. So that's a general problem that we have been seeing in the organization. Every organization, that paid ads are not working. So see, for this approach, I mean, if the ads are not working in your organization, what we did for our organization is we went with our marketing team, went on a table, and then we discussed what should we do. So for us, the basic approach was to revisit your content strategy. Okay, so for every of the campaigns that are not working, you have to have the right content first, that we talked previously as well. So with the right content, I'm talking about, again, we talked about the IDA stages: awareness, interest, desire, action. So with those stages, if they are done, you have to have the right content strategy. You have to have the right buyer map to the content, and then you have to promote it as well very nicely on your different platforms.
Right.
And see, I'll give you an example. If you go on buying a car, you don't go and see if there's a vendor for the car. They don't go and placing the ads. Just the ads won't work. You don't go and you won't see the ads, and you won't go and shopping for the car. You will go and visit the brochure.
Yes. There's a multiple touch points through which you want to go through. Yes.
Yeah, because you see, when we see a launch of the new car, we see and go. We type on Google first, and we see, okay, what is the feature of this car? What are the what are the qualities of this car? And again, some people provide the feedback, okay, these things are not working for the car. So we evaluate on those parameters, and then we go on buying that product.
Right.
So that's how we have to have the content first. We have to have the right sets, and then when you see you have all these things. I'm not saying that paid ads won't work, but again, you can start with the free ads first. That's the organic marketing you talked about at Innoventsoft. That's the same thing I'm talking. You have to have the free ads first, then you will get the M12s. You will have a confidence, and then you can go on placing the focused ads. I'm not talking about the huge ads, the focused ads. That will reduce the cost for the paid ads that you are paying, and then again give you a higher ROI.
Right. So basically, and also one more important thing is ads are not meant to get leads upfront. Perhaps it might work for smaller, products with smaller price, but not for B2B products where there's a hefty price attached to it. Now, some products are maybe 10,000, 20,000, or it can go up to $1 million. For those products, only seeing the ads, one cannot just go ahead and place a request for the product trial. So the ads are, I think, meant more for ensuring a top of mind awareness, but to ensure leads, I think, yes. So it makes sense. Well, I think we have almost come to the end of the session right now. So, okay, thank you again, Rahul, for answering all the questions and for the great presentation. It was immense pleasure to have you with us at Innoventsoft. So this concludes the webinar, and thanks everybody who has attended this meeting, and we hope you have learned and enjoyed the presentation. Stay tuned. We'll come up with more presentation like this very soon. And have a nice rest of the day. Bye-bye. Bye, Rahul.
Bye, Debasree, and thanks for having me on this platform and letting me connect with the audience. And again, it's nice talking to you as well. I mean, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.